as I'm going through the process of putting together the pieces for the Web3 acquisitions fund, I'm realizing as far as a founder, there's an emphasis on skills. You need to have more than just an idea. You need to have the ability to execute on it. And so now that we have the smart contract built for the fund distribution mechanism and we have the minting site built for interacting with the smart contract, the next thing that I'm going to need to learn how to do is how to build a website. And so currently we're getting the reps in as far as just building out basic projects. But once we have an understanding of how to implement the core features, we're then going to start working on the aesthetics and go from there as far as the chain of events leads us. Now, to make things better organized, I had put together a document kind of outlining what's already been done and what needs to get done in order for us to move to the next step. So just to keep you guys along, I'll share my screen real quick. So I was reviewing some of my notes from current ideas and past ideas related to the project, and I put together a very rough bland to-do list as far as what needs to get worked on. So obviously we've already got the base smart contract and the base minting page, and this is going along the lines of if we were to release a project right now, what would need to get done. So the next thing would be obviously building out the website. And there's four main pages that we'll include with pretty much every project, which is going to be a home page and about, the mint page, and then a founders page just telling you about who's behind the project. Now, I do want to include within most likely the about a roadmap as well as a guide for how to mint, because you want to give people all the steps that they need to be able to easily navigate through and interact with your product. So the website will be the next shift of focus, as it's going to provide clear insight as to what a project is used for and give people a basis for interacting with our mint page, from navigating from the home, reading about the project, and then deciding they want to participate. After we make things a little bit more presentable, I did notice as far as my MetaMask, I do have the NFTs saved as they're just like a blank photo right now, but you can link images to them. So I will have like a rough outline, I guess, of like, I don't know. It won't even, we'll see how relevant it is, but I do want to just have like a photo here, just given this is blank and this is meant for a photo to be there. But it's obviously going to be unique with every project. So we can't make a template NFT for every single NFT we're going to do. But just for skill's sake, we do want to get in the habit of, again, executing all the different functions and tasks needed to launch a project. So I was thinking, as far as after we've gotten the website built, what would be the next stage? And the next stage would be, linking an asset to the NFT. So that would be really where I need to crack down on the networking side of things, because I'll be completely honest, I haven't. There's plenty of tools. Like, I know Twitter is a great place to be able to meet people in the space. I need to hop on Spaces for one to start making introductions, and then I just need to start going out of my way to attend events and do what I can to get in front of the right people. But nevertheless, there's a couple options I'm thinking we could do as far as linking a project to an asset. For one, since I'm going to be doing acquisitions for 1 to 4 unit real estate properties for the moment being, I'm thinking if we can get a few deals under our belt to secure funding for basic living necessities, every deal that I do past that can be put towards reinvesting in our company. And given social proof is a big thing, I think it will be important that we can link a property to one of the projects. Now, whether that's going to be a property that I buy with like my third or fourth deal proceeds, I partner with somebody, or I go an entirely different route and link up with a business owner, I think there's plenty of strategies that can be implemented. It's just going to be what do we find success in the first and the fastest. My parents do own a couple properties, so depending on the sentiment, I could even hypothetically partner with my dad to link one of the properties onto a contract. But I don't know, maybe this is just pride, maybe this is just stubbornness, but I do kind of want to just see it out on my own. That does sound kind of prideful now that I'm just voicing it in words. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, where you're born, you don't decide, but you might as well use the advantages that you have. I don't know. I do like being able to say that I did it on my own though. So we'll decide when the time comes. It's not really relevant now, obviously, but we will need to keep in mind we're going to need to link a project to an asset, and we're going to need to compile a list of people that we can go to on a consistent basis to put more and more assets on chain. Because long term, I'm thinking as far as our Web3 acquisitions goals, to be able to raise the amount of money we're wanting to raise for buying the type of assets we want to buy, it's going to be very helpful to have some type of social proof to say, yeah, I've bought these assets before, I've done this process before with them, rather than just trying to first go raise, 7, 8 figures. So I think it will be helpful to start off with as many people as we can do this for testimony purposes, maybe even doing this for free for a little bit. But that's going to allow us to, for one, prove the concept. Two, it'll allow us to prep for our collateral contract, which is going to be, again, it's pretty much going to be a place on chain you can go to get funds for a loan, and you can place your NFT up for collateral to be able to leverage for different rates, different terms. I'll have more details on this project after we've started to implement the fund distributing NFTs, but that is our long-term vision, and which is why I'm willing to set up a system where we're helping people put their assets on chain for free in the beginning. Now, again, this is going to tie into the reputation, because with the larger projects we want to do, it is going to be helpful to be able to show we've done this with smaller assets, as well as building a personal brand for what we're doing with investors, business owners, and people on the blockchain. So again, this is a very rough draft, obviously, of what needs to get done, but the website is going to be the next thing, establishing the 4 basic pages. And then after we've got this down pat, we can start improving the aesthetic and adding some of the other stuff like the guides and the roadmap. So simple video today, but this is just, again, us recapping on our goals and taking account of what we've already done so that we can make sure we're staying on the right path towards what we're building into the future. So now that we've got a reference for what we need to execute on, I'll be uploading some videos going over the process of building out a basic website, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.